Maybe the interior, they're taking a little bit of a beating from Ford and Ram. The 10-speed automatic transmission is a great transmission. You don't feel the shift. And then this is beige. I'm looking at you, Ford. Omar here from GMC. And here today we're talking about this beautiful AT4 Sierra, this one particular in the Summit White. Now the AT4 package, what you're going to get is good bang for your buck. You get body color front, grill, bumper, you got different colored bezels just like the Elevation package. You're going to get a 2-inch lift with Rancho shocks. Now the 2-inch lift is a good lift system, but it's definitely not going to ride as good as, like, for example, the Fox shocks on a Ford Raptor, or especially the ZR2 Colorado. It's got those Fox shocks. We've also got these 20-inch multicolored wheels. We've got an all-terrain tire. There is an 18-inch mud terrain tire available, but that one is not on this particular tester. This one does have the 6.2 V8, which you consider for this type of truck. It's a great motor. The 5.3 is also available in this trim package. You got black mirror caps, your AT4 badge. This specific tester does not have running boards, and that is because this is going to be kind of a high clearance truck, more for off-road. And we walk back, you've got keyless entry on every single door. Little buttons here, you can unlock and lock the truck. With all GM products, we've got no gas cap. You just stick the nozzle in, which is really useful for this type of time. Bridgestone dual tires, they're very quiet on the road. They're decent off-road, but they're definitely not going to be like a mud tire. When we look at the back ends, definitely a handsome truck. You've got your LED rear lights, as you can see, combination. And then this truck particularly has a GM catback performance exhaust, so we're going to fire it up so you guys can hear it. Nice rumble to it. It's basically a Borla Type S catback, but it's GM branded. Now this truck is definitely going to be a contender for one of the best trucks in the segment. This one has a technology package, so you can see we've got a camera right here, you got 2 cameras up there, you got 2 cameras on each of the mirrors, you got a front camera. There's a total of 9 cameras on this truck, so you can see where you're going and not crashing, hopefully. This also has the provision for 2 cameras for your rear trailer, one for inside the trailer and the other one for the outside of the trailer, and that will do the invisible trailer mode that the Sierra and the Silverado are famous for. Now, compared to this vehicle, even though it is an off-road version, does not directly compete with the Ford Raptor. This more competes with like the new Ford F-150 Tremor or the FX4. As far as Nissan, it would compete with the Nismo Edition, Titan, I believe, and the TRD Off-Road Tundra. And then like the Dodge Rebel, the Ram Rebel, sorry, not the T-Rex. So GM has something else in the pipeline for that sort of competition, but that's why this truck starts at about 53. This one, as we see, I believe this one's in the mid-60s from right here, 65 and some change. So you're definitely getting a lot of bang for your buck. This one has a lot of options that we'll check out when we look at the interior. All right, guys, let's check out the interior. So starting off, now the AT4 is going to have standard, is going to be black interior. There's only one option for interior. You're going to have these Kalahari inserts, which is like a brown, black carpet, black dash, and black headliner. Black headliner looks good on everything. I can't stand when cars have black and then this is beige. I'm looking at you, Ford. Anyways, let's get inside. So when we sit inside, see, we'll turn it on so we can check it out. All the controls are exactly where I expect them to be. We've got my drive modes up here to control on this beautiful 8-inch screen. I've got my transfer case buttons, all my light controls on this side, parking brake. This particular tester, because of the technology package, has the heads-up display, which is a big 10-inch display on the windshield itself. It's polarized. I don't think you can get on camera because it doesn't show up, but I'm sitting here and I'm looking, I can see my speed, I can see a lot of things. Steering wheel, of course, leather wrapped, comfortable. Stitching matches the seats. We've got my forward collision warning, because this one does have the safety alert packages, pedestrian alert, forward collision, side zone, lane assist, of course. And we move on to the center here, and I've got this 8-inch unit. Now, GM does a good job. It does have great color reproduction. You can see it in the sun. It's great, but I would be lying if I said this was the best in the market. Ford has a nice 12-inch unit that comes up here, and then Ram's got that Tesla-style screen that goes all the way down. So there's a refresh for 2022. Hopefully they address that, but regardless, you're still going to be happy with the screen. It's a great looking screen. You got your radio controls, sorry. Dual zone climate, obviously at this price point. This particular one has heated and cooled seats, so I've got my ventilated seats down here. We've got this whole row of driver selectable options, lane assist, rear parking sensors, auto stop. This is a really neat feature. Until you have a truck that has this, you don't know you need it. You hit that and it drops the rear gate, which is very useful. I've got traction control off. This is a power inverter for a house plug that these trucks have here. Speaking of power units, you got a 12 volt, a house unit, USB Type-C, USB Type-A. 4 different devices can be plugged in here, and you've got a wireless phone charger. And that pairs up real nicely with the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, meaning you don't have to carry cables around this truck, which, believe me, is very, very, very convenient. So we move on. We've got our trailer brake controller, and it's just a nice place to be. This one, of course, with the technology package, we've got a camera for the rear view mirror. So if you see right now there's nothing, I flip it, now I've got an image. I can go ahead and make this brighter, make this dimmer, zoom in if you're into that. Look at the person behind you, see why he cut you off. If he's on his phone, you can go up, you can go down. And again, sometimes this may give you a bit of vertigo because you're looking at the windshield where you're going, then all of a sudden you're looking at the screen, then you're back. So you can always flip it if you don't want that. But everything in this truck is real nice, and I'm not being biased because I have a Silverado, but this is a very nice truck. This massive center console, look at that. That is huge. This also would come with the ability to have a gun safe in here if you like carrying guns around with you. And you've got more power options, USB Type-C, USB Type-A, an aux cord if you still have something that doesn't use USB for audio, and an SD card for your navigation. All come with the center console. So it's a very nice place to be. We come around to the back. Now I'm 6'2", so I'm not a short dude, and I've got my seat to where I would normally drive. I get in here, and there's a lot of room. All right, so definitely got the headroom you'd need. Again, I'm 6'2", so there's a lot of room back here. And you'd think that the rear passengers would just be along for the ride and not really see anything. But back here, you've got rear seat heaters for the outboard seats, a USB Type-C, USB Type-A, and then a 12 volt. So they're gonna be taken care of. If it's cold, they're gonna be just fine. I'm gonna hop out here for you. Center a bit of a cup holder situation here with the little pocket for your phone. I'm gonna hop out real quick. We've got this neat little cubby, which is new for this body style. You can put like a recovery strap, stuff like that, and it's just something that you didn't think you needed until you have it. The Ram has the mega cab, but you can only get that in a 2500. And then the Crew Max Tundra is a little bit bigger, I will be honest, and they have that cool rear sliding window, but the Tundra is like 13 years old, so you definitely don't want to buy one of those. This multi-pro tailgate, so 7 options to do. Regular dropping, and you can drop the what they call the inner gate. At this point, you can grab stuff if you don't want to reach over the back of the truck. Then you've also got a step down there. You've got a grab handle. You know how Ford has that little handle you grab onto the tailgate? I think this is a lot better because you don't have to worry about breaking it. You just get up on the truck. This has a spray and bed liner from the factory, and you've got this cool stamped AT4 logo right there, right here on the corner, so you can get up without having to use the actual tailgate if you don't like to. This is standard. You can opt to not get it. There is a delete version of this where you just get a standard tailgate. It doesn't save you any money, so just get this one. It's a lot nicer. Drivetrain choices on the Sierra AT4 are very simple. There's 2 V8s and that's it. There's also a diesel, but when you're talking about the gas motors, there's only 2 V8s. You get a 5.3 liter V8 as standard, 355 horsepower, 383 foot-pounds of torque. It's a good motor, but I believe you should spring on a truck this heavy. You should spring for this engine, which is the 6.2. This one has 420 horsepower, 460 foot-pounds of torque. And when we look at the competition, I believe that's where GM has differentiated themselves in a superior class. Maybe the interior, they're taking a little bit of a beating from Ford and Ram, but in the drivetrain, I believe they're superior because the Ford, if you get the FX4, you get the Tremor, you standard have a 2.7 turbo 6, right? And at that point, you've got twin turbos, and yeah, it makes good power. You got a lot of complicated turbos and intercooler, and you got to run premium. It's a lot. And then the Ram, you get the Rebel, and it comes standard with the V6. And you don't want a V6 in a truck this size. Then you have to pay extra for the 5.7, and it still doesn't make the same power that this truck makes. The Tundra is the only thing that really has a standard 5.7 liter V8. It makes good power, but it doesn't touch. It's about 40 horsepower down. So regardless, any way you cut it, this is better as far as the drivetrain. It comes with a 10-speed automatic transmission. It's a great transmission. You don't feel the shifts. It stays out of your way. It gives good power, and it downshifts really well. And if you want a diesel option, there's a 3-liter inline 6. So I think the GM really knocked it out of the park as far as drivetrains. The exterior of the truck, the interior is good as well. It's, you know, it's got its shortcomings, but overall, I think this is a great truck for the money. I think this truck kind of sells itself, which is why this is the most popular version they make. So when you're in the market for a new truck, definitely consider the Sierra AT4. If you want a little bit different styling, they've got a Trail Boss as well, GM. Chevy has a Trail Boss as well, but the Sierra I think is better looking. These distinctive sea lights at night, they look really, really cool. Ford can't really touch it for the same price, and then obviously the T-Rex or the Ram, the Rebel, you know, this is a different type of vehicle. So I think definitely this is going to be an option for you. Like I said, we're trying to keep our opinions here, you know, be realistic with you guys, what you guys would prefer. So, you know, let us know in the comments what you guys like. If you guys like a certain thing we did, let us know. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care.